Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney certainly got what he asked for during his Ask Mitt Anything event in Iowa yesterday. A woman in the crowd wanted to know why none of the candidates' 5 sons have enlisted in the military. Here's some of what Mitt Romney had to say.
My sons are all adults, and they've made their decisions about their careers. And they've chosen not to serve in the military in active duty, I respect their decision in that regard. It's remarkable how we can show our support for our nation. And one of the ways my sons are showing support for our nation is helping to get me elected because they think I'd be a great president.
Rachel Griffiths is the person who asked the candidates questions about his sons. They range in age from 26 to 37. She's on the phone with me now. Thanks for joining us, Rachel. Rachel, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. Why did you ask the question?
Well, you know, I was at this Ask Mitt Romney breakfast in Iowa, and I was sitting at a table with 2 veterans, and Governor Romney gave his opening speech, and it was like on courage and honor and service, and I just thought the people who haven't served in the military tend to glorify it, and he's here promoting the war, but I don't see him asking his sons to make the sacrifices of war, so I just asked it.
So were you satisfied with the response and Mr. Romney saying that, you know, they're helping the nation by helping him get elected for president if he wins?
Well, absolutely not. I mean, the sacrifices of riding around Iowa in a Winnebago are like way different from risking death and a horrible injury in Iraq, and no, absolutely not satisfied.
What was the response of people around you? Were there folks around you, did they seem upset with the question or happy with the question?
Well, I couldn't really gauge the response. I was kind of sitting with the back to me, but I do know that people all across Iowa have been asking why people who support the war are willing to enlist or encourage their sons and daughters to enlist. And I wanted to know if Romney's sons were willing to make the sacrifice, and in fact, anybody who supports the war, are they willing to make the sacrifice or encourage their children to make the sacrifice to support our military? Because frankly, it seems like our military are the people who are making all the sacrifices, all the burdens on them. You know, a group in Iowa just returned from the longest deployment tour in history, and frankly, I don't think we have the troops to support this war.
So, Rachel, I've got to ask you then, if you're using this question as a litmus for all the candidates, I believe you just said, what do you think of John McCain? Of course, he served the military, was a POW. His son is in the military, so you support McCain?
Well, I support...
And he backs the war. Let me point that out. He backs the war.
I respect him for serving the country. I do not support the war in Iraq, and I'm working to end this war right here in the Quad Cities in Iowa with progressive action for the common good. And right now, the people who are making the sacrifices are our military, and we need to support them by ending this war.
And I should point out, Rachel, you are, you declare yourself an anti-war activist. You, as you mentioned,
well,
are involved in a number.
But I am, yeah.
But you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thanks.
Well, the oppressive heat continues in several parts of the country right now.